Hello, good day. I'm back for another lecture. I am your instructor for this course, Organization and Management. In today's lecture, I will be discussing to you the topic types of organization structure. Okay, if you notice in the picture, makita nato nga na yung mga tao, that people there represents the employees of an organization. And then, naka-structure sila. When you say structure, diba, in our first lesson, it refers to the persistent relations of the participants inside the organization. So, expectedly, that in an organization, there is what we call um, social structure. The relation people has its relationship with its co-employees or superior or subordinates. Now, there are different types of organizational setup or structure. This setup or structure are designed to accomplish different goals. So, ang organization na ilahi o goals and objectives. And then, based on its goals and objective, nara po nakabase ang ilang structure. And organization differs as to organizational structure depending on its organizational goals. The structure of an organization is a crucial part in the progress of an organization. So, importante kay ang structure sa organization. It is very crucial in the progress of an organization since it can help or hinder the organization in the movement toward accomplishing these goals. So the structure of an organization is a crucial part in the progress of an organization since it can help or hinder the organization in the movement toward accomplishing these goals. So an organization has its own goals and objectives, and then based on that goals and objectives, dira po nakabase ang structures sa organization. And then the structure of an organization is very crucial, very important in the progress of the organization. So if the organization designed or have a well-designed structure, a well-crafted structure, so relationship is clearly emphasized, and then duties and responsibilities also are clearly emphasized, thereby easy for the organization to achieve the goals and objectives. Organizations, whether large or and small in scale, can achieve higher sales and other profits by properly matching their needs with the structure they use to operate. So, nakadepende, nakadepende sa structure that they use to operate. They come in different shapes and in sizes. Organizations come in different shapes and in sizes. They can be tall, those that have many tires between the common worker and owner of the company, and they can be flat, meaning there are very few levels between the common worker and the owner. Okay, for the basic organizational framework is called line structure. The basic organizational framework is the line structure. This organizational structure has only direct relationship, vertical from top to bottom, vertical relationship between different levels in the line structure. Okay, take note that there are line departments inside the line structures. A line structure, ang relationship is from top to bottom, vertical relationship. There are line departments. And line departments are directly involved in accomplishing the primary goals of the organization. The line departments are directly involved in accomplishing the goals of the organization. Who are these line departments? For example, in a typical firm, line departments include production and marketing, which are very crucial in achieving the goals and objectives of the organization. So a typical firm. In a line organization, authority follows the chain of command. For example, the rank. So, haman ang line department diri is kanang yellow, diba? The line department, manager in production, manager in marketing. And this is the top management or the top manager. Top management level, which manage the middle manager, and then this is the first line manager, foreman for fabrication and assembly, sales officer A and B. So the rank and files are the workers and sales persons. So it's very clear that in that particular structure, klaro kaya nga makita nato ang relationship sa empleyado. Meaning si salesperson, under siya ni sales officer A or B. And this is sales officer A, under siya ni marketing, a manager for marketing, so on and so forth. Okay, advantages. What are the advantages of line structure? Having line structure, this is an example of line structure wherein ang relationship is from vertical, from top to bottom, diba? From CEO down to workers or salesperson. Now, the advantages of line structure are it tends to simplify and clarify authority. So it simplify authority. So and clarify authority. So who is in authority among sales officer is the marketing manager. Dili si production manager. It's the marketing manager. Si foreman, under siya ni production manager, not ni marketing manager. So it simplify and clarify authority. It promotes responsibility and accountability relationship. Like for example, responsibility. So salesperson, under siya ni salesperson B. So it's responsible for following the direction of sales officer B and accountable with sales officer B. So sales officer B is accountable with the marketing manager. Now also it promotes fast decision making because in a line structure, if it is can be solved in the first line level. So no need na siya to be submitted or to be addressed to the middle line management. And then it is precise and simple to understand. Okay, disadvantages, it neglects specialists in planning. So, kulang siya og mga specialists in planning like HR, like quality assurance, overloads tasks on key personnel. So, overloaded kayo ang first line. It's not the first line, the workers or the salesperson. It becomes more ineffective as the organization becomes bigger. So as the organization becomes bigger, dili na effective si line structure. So there should be combination between line and functional organization. That is matrix. Managers become experts into many fields or area and then tendency to become overly dependent on few key people who are performing numerous jobs. Now line function versus staff function. So line function, sa line structure na ay line function. It is a position that has a direct chain of command that is responsible for achievement of organization goals. A position that has direct chain of command, like CEO and then the marketing manager. Marketing manager has the line function which is responsible for achieving the goals and objectives of the organization. Whereas there are some organizations also who have staff function. And it is intended to provide expertise, advice, and support for the line positions. Like for example, HR, quality assurance, corporate planning. These have staff function which provide expertise, advice, and support for the line position. Isa to naabot sa rin. Isa to. Okay. To be continued. Variations of organizational structure. So there are three common types of organizational structure. We have functional, divisional, and matrix. So what is the difference between these three common types of organizational structure? These are actually a combination of line and staff function. So, napoy line structure ani, pero there is already combination of staff function. Now, functional organizational structure, it is a setup wherein each department of the organization is grouped according to its function or purpose. So in this structure, each department is grouped according to its function or purpose. Like cashiering, lahi si accounting, lahi si budget, lahi si HR, lahi si planning, lahi si research and development. So according to functions or purpose. It works well, very well, for small business in which each department can support itself by relying on the talent and knowledge of its workers. However, one of the drawbacks in a functional structure is the restriction in coordination and communication between and among other departments by the boundaries of the organization, in which having the various departments working separately and independently. So It can have also a serious drawbacks on a functional structure. Um, is the restriction. One of the drawbacks in a functional structure is the restriction in coordination and communication between and among the departments. Isa pa na sa problema, like, sa functional, focus na sila sa function nila. Like, si cashiering, nakafocus na sila sa cashiering collection. Sa accounting, nakafocus siya sa accounting of funds. So, lack of coordination and communication between and among departments. Okay, this is an example of functional organizational structure wherein the organization has three middle managers: marketing management, marketing department, sales department, production department. So makita nato, si marketing department nakafocus na siya sa marketing. Si sales nakafocus siya sa sales. Si production nakafocus sa production. So laylay sila og function. So they are grouped according to function, and the problem is lack of coordination with one another. Next is divisional. From the term division, there are actually division in a particular type of an organization. So divisional. Okay, in divisional, it is typically used in larger companies or organization in which several branches or athletes that operate in a wide geographic area or that have separate smaller organization within the umbrella group to cover different types of products. So this is applicable for larger companies. Kailangan sila to create another branches for different geographic area and then or that have separate smaller organization within the umbrella group. So kinahanglan og division. So division 1, division 2. So another in divisional, it provides significant benefit which addresses needs more rapidly and more specifically. However, communication is inhibited because employees in different divisions are not working together. Okay, example, XYZ company. So Luzon Division, magtinabangay sila. Visayas Division, Mindanao Division. So divisional, it's applicable for large geographic area. Okay, matrix. Matrix structure is a hybrid of two structures, namely divisional and functional. So divisional siya, and then people are grouped according to function. That is matrix structure. Hybrid of two structures, divisional and functional. Matrix is typically used in large multinational companies. Example of multinational company is multinational Jollibee. It allows for the benefits of functional and divisional structures to exist in one organization. However, this can create power struggles because most areas of the company will have a dual management, a functional manager, and a product or divisional manager working at the same level and covering some of the same managerial territory. And actually conflict between the functional manager and divisional manager because it is a hybrid of two structure. There is functional and there is divisional. However, it is applicable for large multinational companies which working or iyang scope is wide geographic area. Unlike the other structures, it does not follow the traditional hierarchical model. Instead, all employees have dual reporting relationship. Dual reporting relationship. Typically, there is functional reporting line as well as product-based reporting line. Okay, for example, now, when studying a matrix structure organizational chart, the solid lines represent strong and direct reporting. So, ang empleyado na siya strong and direct reporting, meaning under siya ani nga line function. Under siya ani nga function. Functional area. And then, on the contrary, dotted lines or kind of broken lines indicate the relationship is secondary and not as strong as a solid line. So, solid line, strong relationship, and dot lines or secondary lines are what they call not as strong as the solid lines. Okay, here, matrix structure. The CEO is the top manager. And then there is division as to function, research, engineering, and then manufacturing. Like this employee is under research, di ba? As to functional structure. So under siya ni functional manager or manager sa research. And then under po siya ni divisional manager nga product A. Nasa sa Osaka division. So take note that the solid lines are strong compared to kaning dotted lines. This refers to secondary relationship, meaning this employee is under research and then assigned in product A division. This is under engineering and in product B division. Okay, another sample, organizational matrix organizational structure of the president. So si product manager A, so this one is under VP for design, and under the product manager A for division, so on and so forth. Okay, advantage. What is the advantage? It is flexible and balanced decision making, as there are two chains of command instead of just one. So balance siya because you have a functional manager and then you have divisional manager. So duha ang mo check for decision balance and decision making. Disadvantages is complexity. Mahimo siya nga lisod, which can lead to confusion among employees. Maglibog ka kung ikaw ang employee, kinsa di akong boss, di ba? The conflicting orders from multiple sources may lead to confusion and increase ineffectiveness and conflict. Some staff, specialists, or personnel may exert direct authority over the line personnel rather than advice authority. Now, informal organizational structure, aside from having line structure, which is classified into functional, divisional, and matrix, we have also informal organizational structure, and this is used by informal organization. So, si formal organization, nakadepende siya na ay line structure, and then functional, divisional, or matrix. However, for informal structure, this is also called informal organizational structure. Okay, try to compare. This is an example of functional structure, diba? Line, formal, and this is informal structure. What have you observed? So, in formal structure, it's very clear. The relationship of the employees are very clear. However, in formal structure, the relationship is informal and there is no exact relationship with one another. So, maglibog ka kinsa, who is the boss? Diba? Informal structure usually for group of friends. There are two broader organizational structure, formal and informal. Formal organization is usually represented by organizational charts and with proposition descriptions. There is clear reporting relationship that the manager is aware of. Informal organization, it is set of evolving relationships and patterns of human interaction within an organization but actually do exist but are not officially prescribed. So informal organization actually exists but they are not officially prescribed. So set of evolving relationship and patterns of human interaction. So informal organization example is gang or group of friends. Like it is actually allowed, actually do exist, but they are not officially prescribed as organization. Diba? Group of friends. And then in a group of friends, you cannot identify the structure because ikaw, siya, friends mo. So walay dili pa rin formal organization, makita nimo kani siya, under niya si Tarpulana o si Tarpulana. Si Tarpulana under niya ana. So clear ang relationship. Try to compare. Diba? In informal, it is very clear that this employee is under exploration function, diba? And then na siya under nga geology or petrophysical. So kani siya is production. So clear kayo ang relationship. Another example, informal, diba? There is two department, production manager and then a worker. So clear kayo. Salespersons under marketing manager. In informal, try to look at who is the what is this? the superior, who are the subordinates. So equal sila. Vague kayo ang relationship. That's it. Informal organizational structure. Thank you and God bless us all.